Greetings, peeps. This is another edition of the 2 Cents Podcast. I'm your host, Nino. Thank the man upstairs again for blessing me to wake up, continue on by my day. Hopefully and gracefully be able to sit down and lay down tonight in one piece. To all my people subscribing, thank you very much. Please keep those subscriptions coming. I appreciate you a lot. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity. Say what's up to my fans, my followers, and my listeners. Send some shout outs. Hello to my brother David, USA Podcast. To my man Curtis and his podcast. Say what's up to Marco, Donnie, B.A., all my schoolmates that I know. What's up, fellas? Appreciate you. Appreciate you for the following and everything. What's up to my co-workers? Keep them topics coming. I appreciate you guys. Special shout out to my son MJ and my grandson Zion. What's up to my nephews, Jew, Big Keith. You know who all y'all are. What's up with y'all peeps? My nephews at work. All my nephews that's around to kick it. That know Uncle Nino. Hey, what's going on? All right, I'm going to get right to it. The Diddy trial. We are about the halfway point to a little bit over the halfway point of the Diddy trial. We are about in week 6 of the Diddy trial. And so now we are getting down to the main, some of the main sources, the main evidence that comes to the Diddy trial. Actually, Monday, the prosecution is going to rest their case. I mean, think about it, people. This has been quick. Remember, the Diddy trial started back May 5th of 2025. And already it's been 6 weeks. Prosecution is going to rest their case Monday. And then the defense will start their case midweek, around Wednesday or Thursday of next week. The Diddy trial. The prosecutors likely to rest their case. Prosecutors have called 34 witnesses. That's right, people. Prosecutors have called 34 witnesses. Combs' lead attorney, Marc Agnifilo, said that the defense likely will rest his case by midweek, anywhere from Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Begin or rest their case in anywhere from Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday next week. So again, the Diddy case is in some main strides. It is really getting down to the core of what's going on. And before you know it, the sentences and the verdict will be here. Combs has pleaded not guilty to charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and conspiracy. The prosecution will rest their case of federal sex trafficking and racketeering charges likely Monday, paving the way for the music mogul defense to present its case. The defense. The prosecution called the 34 witnesses, or their 34 final witness, Friday, June the 20th, 2025. Assistant U.S. Attorney Maurice Comey, the lead prosecutor, told the U.S. District Judge Aaron Sabranian the government will rest their case Monday. Earlier Friday, Brandon Paul, a former personal assistant to Sean P. Diddy Combs, testified about consuming demands of the role. He said he worked for Combs from the end of 2022 through March of last year, when Combs' homes was raided by federal agents. Remember, his homes was raided in Miami Beach or Miami. His homes was raided in L.A. and then his home, I believe his home was raided in New York. So you remember when that all raided, because I believe they was all raided simultaneously. and they was already by federal agents. You know, Darren Williams, Homeland Security. They was raided by them guys. Powell was arrested the same day of the raids on drug-related charges that were dropped after he completed a drug diversion program. Friday marked the end of the trial. 6 weeks. As I said, it's the halfway mark, a little bit more, because I believe when they first began, they said the trial will last anywhere from 8 to 10 weeks. So see, it's either a little bit over half or right at the halfway point. And now all we need is the defense and Diddy and lead attorney Marc Agnifilo, present their case, and then after that, it will be closing arguments. No sleep, no life, a Gucci bag of drugs inside the shocking claims from Diddy's ex-assistant. Combs' lead attorney, Marc Agnifilo, said that the defense likely will rest their case again by midweek, anywhere from Tuesday to Thursday of next week. Prosecutions alleged that Combs coerced his former longtime girlfriend, Cassandra Cassie Ventura, the government star witness, and another woman under the name of Pseudonym Jane to participate in drug-fueled marathons, sex sessions that sometimes lasted days with male escorts. Again, let me repeat that. Diddy supposed to coerce his longtime girlfriend, Cassandra Cassie Ventura, and another woman under the name of Pseudonym Jane to participate in drug-related marathon sex sessions that sometimes lasted days with male escorts. Jane dated Combs from 2021 until his arrest in late September of last year. I believe that was around September 26th or September 28th of last year. Remember when they got him in that hotel lobby of that Upper Manhattan, and it was like, I think it was like September the 26th or September 28th. People, my mind is kind of foggy, but I think I'm pretty close, accurate to them dates. Also, she said Combs, Pseudonym Jane, referred to the encounters as hotel nights. Wow. Of course, Cassie Ventura said Sean P. Diddy Combs referred to the sex encounters as freakoffs. Combs' attorneys have vehemently denied both of the women's claim and said they both willingly participated in the encounters. Well, that's true. That's true. And this is what I'm finding out too, especially on Cassie's part. I mean, Cassie was like the catalyst. She quarterbacked a lot of the little old freak-offs. I'm pretty sure this Pseudonym Jane had her part in it too. But I know for a fact, through evidence and through testimony, was said Cassie, picked, chose, ran the whole freak-off sessions, while P. Diddy just looked and, of course, pleasured himself. So, there you go. I mean, there you go. The women had a big part in it too. So, I mean, it's only facts. The evidence, the forensics has came out. Combs is also accused of running a criminal enterprise 2 decades with help from his employees at various levels that committed such crimes as arson, bribery, and kidnapping. Diddy has pleaded not guilty to all charges. Some of the 34 witnesses that prosecution has questioned and testified against Diddy in his trial. Of course, Cassandra Cassie Ventura, Kid Cudi, Capricorn Clarke, Daniel Phillips, Regina Ventura, Maya, and Israel Flores. Now, the biggest thing I'm seeing out of this is Sean P. Diddy Combs might be the biggest freak ever. And I know that's a big, heavy statement to say because I'm pretty sure, a lot of wealthy people, especially celebrities, are very freaky because it's the power and the money. But I just don't see no Rico charge. I don't see nothing saying that he made them do it. It was just consensual. Even with the drug use, it seemed like Cassie loved to take drugs. Cassie loves to get high. It just don't seem like he strong-armed, made them do it, made them go against their will, in a Rico case. I mean, it just don't seem that from Diddy. I don't know what prosecution can come with because I have been sitting patiently and just waiting as I've been tuning in, keeping up with breast views and up-breasted views and points of the trial and see would they come with something that would just definitely pinpoint a Rico charge. But I just don't see nothing that says Diddy just straight up did a Rico charge. I see Diddy is very abusive. He's very manipulative. He's very controlling. And he's probably one of the biggest freaks of all. But that's not a Rico charge. So I'm interested to see, since prosecution is going to rest their case Monday, what in the final stages of what the verdict will be for Diddy, because I just don't see no Rico charge. Even with the tape coming out in the hotel back when, he smacked Cassie to the ground and kicked her. And, I don't condone that from no man. And maybe he could have got charged for that. But that's not the charge that he's locked up for. That's not no Rico charge. I'm pretty sure a lot of celebrities are very abusive towards their women in their relationships because it's power and it's money. And when they have it, they don't believe in nobody telling them no. They don't believe in less. They always believe in more. They believe in do what I say, do what I tell you. Don't question me. And so that's just how their mentality. But I just don't see any point where the Rico has came out. I don't see Diddy doing, now I could be wrong, and the court system is weird, but I don't see Diddy doing no more than maybe, if anything, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. I don't see him locked up a decade or two. I just don't see that because, again, the prosecution is resting their case Monday, and then here comes the defense, and I can't wait to see what the defense got to say because even through prosecution, some of Cassie Ventura testimony was, it was shaky. She said one thing, but then again, she, on the other hand, she reacted another way. Remember, Cassie Ventura has also threatened male escorts, things like that. Now, she's supposed to be the victim. She's supposed to have been so timid and scared. She's supposed to have been like, well, she was going against her will. But again, it just seemed like to me, Cassie Ventura got a kick out of doing this. And maybe she was doing it because, again, Diddy was paying her bills. She would want to become accustomed to that lifestyle because P. Diddy is a powerful man and he can knock down doors because Cassie Ventura was also an artist as a singer. She wanted to get her career going, and that's, P. Diddy could get her seen because he's very influential. He know a lot of people. But this the part about she was there against her will and held against, held without, she can't, held without her admission. I just don't see that. I just don't see her being held against her will. A lot of this, I just don't see the racketeering. I just don't. I mean, you can go back to, okay, he had the drugs and they would drink drinks like that. But again, that was consensual. P. Diddy didn't make nobody do nothing. You didn't even have to attend the Freakoffs. You know, when P. Diddy would have parties at his mansion, and then they would leave. I think the parties would be like from maybe by 8, and then to about 2, and then 2 o'clock in the morning. That's when the Freakoffs, the hotel nights at Synonym Jane said P. Diddy called them start to occurring. But again, he wasn't making nobody seem like to stay there against their will. So I just don't see what a racketeering, you know, the federal charges against that, you know, like he's a criminal mastermind. I could be wrong, but I just haven't seen it. And people, help me with this. You know, leave some comments. Tell me, what do you see? Again, I just seen P. Diddy is a violent, you know, abusive man. He even was a heavy drug user a little bit. You know, but possibly the world's biggest freak. And I'm just saying this because it's coming out against P. Diddy. You know, like I said, a lot of wealthy people are freaks. A lot of people that are not wealthy are just freaks. It's just that what you do in the privacy of your home is what you do. Also, one big thing, P. Diddy liked to record Freakoffs, and I believe he did use that, you know, to have leverage on people so, you know, they can, you know, go against him and go report it to him. That's why I think a lot of times it took so late to come out. But again, we know a lot of this came out because they just keep it a buck. P. Diddy went against the grain. He got bigger than what his masters is. And when you go against the grain and get bigger than what your masters is, they will spank you and bring you back to reality. But again, I just don't see Sean Puff Daddy Combs going to jail a long time and catching a Rico case. Now, I could be wrong. We still got a few more weeks and we will see. The Diddy trial. Prosecutors likely, and I think most definitely will, rest their case Monday. And then the defense will get down and doing what they got to do with their forensics and evidence and questioning midweek. And then here we go. P. Diddy's trial. Prosecution likely to rest their case Monday. Prosecution likely to rest their case Monday. 2 cents. I'm Nino, my podcast. Thank you, peeps.